Well, now then, what I do is forging. Now, that's hand forging, and I'm the last forger left in Sheffield, as a real competent man. If you work for a firm, same as I have done at one time, I was trained by the big firm in Sheffield, of course, Joseph Rogers, when I was only 13. And my grandfather won the Queen's Gold Medal in this forge in his days, Queen Victoria. He had me in his little workshop when I was only 11 years old, trying to show me all about it. I'm going to take you back right to 72 years ago, when I started as a boy, 13. And that's when I started to do the job under one very good man that trained me, and I carried on from him onward, right onward, and you have to keep with that one man until you are actually 21 years old. And then if you're good enough, then you can get what they call your own book, and you come free then to work for yourself, for the firm. And so therefore, after you've done all that work, you are then efficient and you earn your own money. As a boy, you spend about the first 12 months only by the fire and eating the blade, eating the work for the man who was training you, and watching him how he did it. And then after the 12 months, then he'd allow you to get hold of the hammer and do a little bit, or use the hammer, and you start to show you how to do it. And when you got a little bit proficient in the first stage of a blade, that's only the first stage of a blade from the steel, then when you got a bit proficient in that way, then we had a shop next door. They were all separate one-man shop, and I was allowed then to go into the next shop and use it as my shop under the direction of the man who was training me. And every now and again I was allowed to go in for about half an hour to keep trying to do it. And that went on for a matter of about 6 months. And in that 6 months I should just about be ready to be doing the first part of the blade. In my heyday, that's when I was very, very quick. And I used to do, going on small work, I used to do 2 gross a day, one day, and 14 to the dozen in those days. We always had to make 2 dozen over in the gross. That was allowed for what they termed in the warehouse for breakages and wastage. But eventually that was knocked off in later years, and we came back to just the ordinary 12 to the dozen. I'm going to make you 2 blades. One is a spear and one is a clip. Now I want to watch how I mold them into shape. That is the first stage in the spear, called the molding. I'm going to take it off, and then we'll go on with the second blade. Now this is the clip blade I'm just going to do, which is a different shape. This is the clip, and I'm going to cut it off the steel now, ready for the second journey. I'm going to tang these blades, what we call tanging, and you'll see how I do that. That's the tanging, and now we've got to turn it round to put the nail mark in, so we'll do that now. This is the second blade. I've got to tang first. I've completed tanging it, which is the same as the first one, and we're going to turn both round to what we call smooth now and put the nail mark in. Now, I'll put that down, then we'll go on with the second one. Put the nail mark in it, and off we go again. That's the cutting edge again. I'm going down now. It's the most important part of the blade. We get it hot again and we'll harden it. We'll harden it in water. Then when I have hardened it, it's too brittle. We've got to take so much of the hardness back out of it. And that is what we call tempering this time. And we do it in colours. Just rub the shale off, and then I put it on a hot steel, and I bring 3 colours, definite colours, into it. The first colour is a very light straw, a kind of a purple brown, and the final colour is a beautiful blue overall. As soon as it gets to that blue, I dip it in water to stop it from moving anymore, because all that time it's going softer and softer up to that point of blue, and that is the blue that I'm waiting for. Now the next process, they will go to the grinder, and then on to the cutler, who will put them and put the hafts on and everything. The knife and the blade would all be examined before they went out for sale. Now that's ready now. That's the finished blade. There's the colour, you see. There's the colour. Now I've just completed 2 blades, the spear and the clip, the spear blade. Now we'll go over to the clip blade to show the complete clip blade now. It's rather a pity it's dying out, because it was really a good craft and it had been carried on for over 600 years. And to be actually almost the last craftsman left, I have to think, well, I've got to that stage now, and the age I've got to as well, I don't think the trade now can do much more for us. It becomes now a one-part job of making a knife in any description. One man knew one part all the time, and other people following on. There's not going to be the same craftsman at all. It can't be done now, because everything now is done by machinery. When the craftsmen get all of, well, when the makers get all of it today, the biggest part is done by machines, and they're only putting the knife together. We call them just putters together today. and the craftsman's gone complete. Some of those people at the benches now wouldn't be able to make their own knife right through. They couldn't make a knife right through today. I just want to show one or two knives I have. This is for California, south of America. They like them bigger, and we have them nicely decorated so as to look pretty. So that is one, it's stag handled, and that's hand forged, one of my forgings as well. So I'll see for that up. Then I go on and show you a different one now, a double-edged one now with a fancy handle, very fancy. There it is, there's the double-edged one, you see. That's another one. That is decorative. There we are, we'll sheath that one up for you. This is a blade that I've recently made, and as you see it's rather a large blade, but it's very handy. If that was sharpened up, it would be valuable. I've got my initials on the tang AC, which I always put on my blades, and forged throughout them are. Designed by me. I'll switch round quickly to Canada now. Canada, hunting knife, north of Canada, when they go for furs. That's to take the skin off the animal, and if they meet the bales of wolves, they want something a lot better than that, so we break the blade open to have a very useful knife for protection. That's his protection knife. And so when we don't want it, we break it back again, put it in the scabbard down on our hips, and off we go again. So we'll sheath that up for you. I've come to the American cowboy, the American bowie. This is the American boy. It's a smaller one, but it's very useful for the American boy. Cowboy. That's the cowboy knife. And that all stag handle, because that won't perish in heat or cold. So it's always useful. I've only been retired now somewhere about, what shall I say, 2 months. I'm hoping now to do little bits of work that I've always done as a hobby, making small little tiny knives in pearl, also all different things. I've got a good collection of all different knives, daggers, and all old-class work. I can put a nice really display on in showing the public what I've already done. In the past, we had to work very, very fast. And I was one of the fastest forgers Sheffield's ever had. I could complete 2 gross in 1 day. And that was terribly hard work. But that was long hours as well. But in those days that didn't matter, because the more we did, the more little bit of money we got more. Which wasn't much, but still it was more if you could earn more. That's the way I got to come into being a forger.